Welcome to Bali. I'm living here with 4 other guys right now. No family, nothing, just me here for 3 weeks. So now that I've been in Bali for 1 week now, I'd like to reflect on the severity of autism symptoms I've experienced here, when they've occurred and why. Because I have changed my environment, it's very obvious. I have experienced fewer autism symptoms because I have taken more responsibility for my own life, given I am the second youngest guy here. I have no parents here, nothing paid for me, it's all my doing, and I have to fend for myself during the day. And during the days, I'm not just confined to my house, in my room, maybe recording some videos which feel comfortable. No. I'm going out there, doing jet skiing, going to the gym. I'm learning Muay Thai right now. I said I wanted to learn martial arts last year. Well, now I've actually tried it. I've done 3 classes in the last week, with more to come. And I just came back from a heavy gym session, and I'm feeling so good, and I tell you why. Because I've been in 27 to 30 degree weather all week. The air is humid, it's moisturizing me, I have no more dry, itchy skin. My OCD is better now. I am not checking things so often, except for the door locks. Some things never change. And I'm just going out more with fewer possessions than usual. I feel less protective of my space here because this isn't mine. This is whoever owns the villas, and I'm only here for 1 week. The last villa I was in, we had plenty of services going on, massage people coming in, better cleaning, etc. So this time it feels like I'm being more independent. I'm currently staying in a 5-bedroom villa, and this is the view that I wake up to every morning. And look at that. That's the pool. The others are staying in those rooms over there. There's the kitchen over here. And I just chill, look at the plants, and listen to the wildlife in the background. So not only am I living with other guys my age, I'm also indulging myself in the new natural environment out here. More heat, more sunlight, more health. Plus, steak is £1 per 100 grams. That's mad! Although restaurant prices here can come close to the level that British restaurants get to, it's still cheaper, and especially the supermarket meats. God damn, can you get a good deal on them. So because of all this independent living and going to the gym, heavy exercise lifestyle, Muay Thai, and even considering the relaxing days I have, like at the Nirvana Beach Club, I have still experienced less symptoms of autism due to my independence and a sense of purpose here to go and explore, which makes me forget about my internal struggles, gives me less time to be inside my own head, gather mental health worries, become more autistic in my ways, quite anxious and fidgety about the future. I don't have to worry about that because I'm here now, fending for myself, doing activities like jet skiing, shooting guns at a gun range. I really did that. I've tried out 4 guns. How can I feel autistic when I'm holding a gun which can literally kill people in front of me? That's responsibility in a nutshell. Plus, I'm not just hanging out with some other random dudes. These guys all create content on social media and are trying to become more of a grown-up man. Not necessarily interested in doing childish adventures. No, we want to shoot guns, ride fast vehicles, climb across rocks which you could hurt yourself on, explore Bali to its fullest and live on our edges. That is such a masculine essence which you gain when you get older, which when you're indulged in, you don't feel any of the responsibilities, although it's good to feel a sense of keeping yourself alive, especially if you're a father and you've got kids to tend to. But the young man's spirit, you know what I'm saying? The kind of spirit that makes people do skydiving and bungee jumping, that stuff, we're full of that energy. We don't have time to think about our mental health, stress, OCD, autistic worries, even if they don't have autism, because we're out here experiencing new things, essentially evoking our conqueror spirit, which I describe as the spirit within us that wants to go and explore a land and mark that territory off in our bucket list. And what do we do in our spare time? Well, during the first 2 days, I didn't check YouTube once, or Instagram. I have started to check it in my spare time here and there now because we have fewer people and I have more spare time. But instead of indulging all day on Instagram and YouTube like I did at home, now that I'm in a new environment, I've had the opportunity to curate new habits. So that means instead of going on YouTube straight away when I get back, I attempt to talk to my friends first, or I go for a swim in the pool literally right behind the camera, or I go to the gym. I literally take a 2-minute walk up the street, turn right for 1 minute, and I arrive at my gym. I've got it for a week. I've essentially forced myself into a situation where I've given money, I can't get it back, so I have to use it now. That's £50 for 1 week. I know gyms are expensive in Bali because they don't have chain gym groups like the Gym Group and Pure Gym like in the UK. I've parted ways with my money and therefore I feel inclined to use it. I guess the short distance helps to go to the gym as motivation. But I don't even need motivation. All I need is the feeling of being pissed off at wasting time, especially when I'm surrounded by guys who are essentially just working in their spare time. I've got a friend in that room who's literally doing business calls right now. I've heard him a few times during this recording. They're busy. They essentially work out, have fun in a natural way, like running into the sea. No dopamine from Instagram or anything. It's just pure blissfulness when he has fun. I have practiced that kind of fun more here. Like I've explained, I've used Instagram far less. My screen time is tanked by about 50%, and I'm just enjoying the natural sphere much more. Sure, Bali isn't perfect. Its air quality is a bit worse than my neighbourhoods in London, but who cares when there are all these natural advantages to it? Beach clubs to explore. Surfing is available when you take just a £2 grab ride to the coast and just have fun in the black sands. It's a volcanic island, how cool is that? Basically what this trip has entailed is constant adventure. If I'm bored, I go and do something else. If I'm with my friends, we think of something to do. I don't do this at home because most of my friends are out of town or busy. Therefore, all I can resort to is scrolling on the internet, usually Instagram and YouTube. Plus, I have all those habits curated from my past, from when I was growing up, being a silly child, not knowing what to do with his life. But I came here with the intention to change my life. That's exactly what I'm doing by living with like-minded individuals who want to escape their old habits and live a new life here, where there's plenty of adventures awaiting us. There are no feelings of inadequacy or comfort here. We're all here to keep each other accountable. I've got my friend who's a fitness coach telling me how to improve my form in the gym. I don't have that at home. This exact stagnation, inadequacy, the feelings of being comfortable in my own space, has kept me from growing out of the version of myself that was more autistic. They have sheltered me from growing as a man, and I know that I have overcome around 80 to 90% of the symptoms I have experienced from Asperger's syndrome during my life by growing up as a man and conquering new challenges, taking more responsibility of the self. And I know I can increase that to 95 to 99% if I keep living like this and living independently. Because when that happens, you offset the almost childlike responses. I used to be violent, I used to uncontrollably cry when I was a child, and over the years I've managed to overcome them, so I have a much more calm presence, which has helped me to overcome the social difficulties I used to experience. For years and years, people used to judge me for being a bit socially awkward, for saying off-topic things to people when they don't care about it. And with my 18 years of experience and my current experience in Bali, I have helped to overcome my social difficulties to the point where people cannot tell that I have them or have Asperger's syndrome. Therefore, they do not judge me based off it. If you have autism or think you have autism and are suffering with some social difficulties, please click the link in the description where you can get further help from me. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you have learnt not just from what I have said, but what you have seen in this video, that it is entirely possible to change your environment and live a life more like a normal life that the neurotypical people live. Then you realise that some of your autism symptoms have reduced drastically, and this alleviates one of the stresses and problems that you used to have with autism and makes life a lot more easier to tackle. Thank you very much for listening. Please share your experiences with changing your environment in the comments below. I'd love to hear them. Take care and see you in the next video.